Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 15 in the NFL is here. The season is almost over. Things are starting to go into place. The playoff picture is coming more and more clear as the weeks go by, and what teams are in and what teams are out. And last week I went 2-5 with my picks. I did win my teaser and my suicide pick if you're still in it. But with the stats, I'm done with the stats. It was at like 46. If I'm lucky, I get up to 50%. You know, it's been a rough season, and not only for me, but I see a lot of people having the same rough season, no matter what they say on their videos. So I'm just gonna give up. Talk about the news and things like that. And we just keep the season going and look forward to a better season. Just like if your team's in the basement, like if you're a Jets fan, what do you got to look forward to? A better season next year. That's how it works. So, a dance emote is worth 1,000 words. That's pretty much all I need to say for those who understand that joke. And let's get into the comment of the week. Yeah. First we got Dylan Berger. Hey, Uncle Steve. No, I didn't pay a relative to make this comment. I've been watching your channel for over the last few weeks with my friend Chris. We love the videos. I'm sure we'll catch up sometime soon, but just figured I'd say hello instead of lurking anymore. Keep it up. My mom says, go Lions. Been a crazy year so far. I can't wait to see how it plays out. Betting hasn't been so great to me, but at least fantasy has. LOL. Best of luck if you're playing in the playoffs, and happy holidays. Well, thanks, Dylan. He's the black sheep of the family. He's the only one in the area who loves the Rams. Everybody else is a Lions fan up here. But, maybe he's a genius. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, Rams are doing great. I hope you're having a happy holiday, and I hope to see you soon. Next, we got the Memphis Finest, who's my team in my area, is playing your team in your area. You ever think you would be better if you stopped betting off what the stats say? Love the videos, though. I appreciate it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay off the stats. Usually I'm off stats and trends. I love that, and usually does well. But not this year. Anything with the COVID and just players, be out one week and back in the next week. You just don't know, And then the spread changes up and down because of that, and it's hard to keep up with everything. So this week I'm just going to give you my thoughts. I jotted down a bunch of notes, which look like, something that was, pretty bad. I'm going to sift through these notes and tell you what I think on each game. So let's get this party started. My fourth game of the week, my upset pick of the week, we got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the Arizona Cardinals. Philadelphia Eagles are a 7-point road dog. And Jalen Hurts, when I saw him play with the Packers game at the end, I thought he looked pretty good. I just couldn't bet on a rookie on his first start last week, and proved me wrong. I was totally, it's like, I knew I should have did it, but you just don't know. The defensive schemes, they love rookies. Here we got Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts, two similar quarterbacks who do similar style. A lot of running, playing against each other, and their defenses and the stats are just, pretty. I mean, Arizona has a little bit better defense than Philadelphia. Philadelphia's got some injuries, but it's so close to tell. It's like flipping a coin. Arizona did win last week, and so did Philadelphia. They did beat New Orleans, upset. I really like, both these two teams so close, so similar together, that if you give me 7 points, I'm taking it. That's the way I look at it. I'm going to be rooting for Jalen Hurts this weekend. So give me Philadelphia +7. My number 3 pick of the week, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. The San Francisco 49ers are a 2.5-point road favorite. Do up, do down. San Francisco lost last week, and they're due for a win. They are, a decent team, stays on the run. Dallas cannot, stop the run at all. And they're like, they just blew out Bengals last week. And I said, hey, I liked the Bengals last week, but they were given that game. The Bengals, they got 3 possessions, and they fumbled all 3 possessions. Next thing you know, it was 17-0. And then, they couldn't stay on the ground anymore, so they had to pass the ball every play, and then just did even more miserable. They just shot themselves in the foot, the Bengals did last week. Dallas just didn't do much of anything. They didn't get much yards, and here they got all the score. They got 30 points last week, just because, the Bengals handed them that. I'm not falling for that. A lot of people are up on Dallas this week, and they're due down. So they got the win last week. They're given this win this last week. And I think, they're due for a loss this week. They're not a good football team. And I think, San Francisco can stay on the ground and just run all through Dallas. So give me San Francisco -2.5. My number 2 pick of the week, we got the New England Patriots traveling to the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are a 2.5-point home favorite. And Bill Belichick, he said he's sticking with Cam Newton no matter what. He's sticking with them and going for there. I know they need a win to stay in the hunt in the playoffs. But Miami, if they win out, they can go through the playoffs without needing any kind of help whatsoever. So they need the wins as well. And I always know Miami loves to beat the Patriots at home. Always, no matter how good the Patriots are, Miami will step up to the plate. Here again, Tua, he's a stable quarterback. He's game control, but I think he's going to step up. I think Miami's going to step up. I think he's going to want to blow out the Patriots. The Patriots, I know they won last week, but I think a lot of people like the Patriots. Obviously, these are a decade of winning, but I think they're not that good. I'm not a big Cam Newton fan. I've been saying it for the last few weeks. So give me Miami -2.5. And my number 1 pick of the week, we got the Detroit Lions traveling to the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans are a 8-point home favorite. Now, I've seen this on 2 different boards. I've seen Tennessee -8 and Tennessee -10. It doesn't matter to me. Stafford, most likely, is going to be out for the rest of the season. They haven't announced it yet. He had busted up ribs. I've even seen one article saying he's probably done, for his NFL career. I don't know how true that is. I know Stafford is he's a player. He loves to play the game, but he's definitely not playing this game. So no matter what you think, so they're gonna have probably Chase Daniels for the Lions playing in. The Lions defense is busted up. The Green Bay just go up and down on the field. Here in Tennessee, they have a good offense and a great defense. Ryan Tannehill, I think he'll have a great performance. And then, of course, Derrick Henry, he's going to run up and down. He's probably the best back in the league, I think. 8-10 points. I got it at 8, the cheapest I found it. And I think that's a steal, The Lions, I know for a fact, have a hard time playing against Tennessee, no matter when they play or where they play. I think they lost the last 5 meetings, against Tennessee, and that's with Stafford and a loaded gun with the backs and wide receivers and no injuries. But it doesn't matter, So I'm taking Tennessee -8. Well, that wraps up my favorite 4 games. I know a lot of people are, betting against me, and I've been doing it pretty miserable, last handful of weeks. But, you have a good week here and there. I'm not going off any kind of stats whatsoever, just off my notes and what I know. I'm going to run down the rest of the games. My 3-team teaser for the week, I got the Green Bay on the money line. I got Tennessee -1, or even if you can get -3, it's still a deal. And then Philadelphia Eagles +14. You can't beat that one. And if you're still in the Survivor League, I got Baltimore or the Rams for the Survivor pick. I've been pretty high on Survivor pick. Pretty good on the 3-team teaser. Even in past weeks with the teaser, it always seems like when I lose, it's always one team that just gets blown out of the sky. Never fails. But I got it last week. Plan on getting it this week. Let's see how things goes. For the Thursday night game, I got the Chargers traveling to the Raiders. The Raiders are a 3-point favorite. This should be a high-scoring game, as neither team has any kind of defense whatsoever. The Chargers are due down. as they beat Atlanta last week. Herbert playing a pretty good game. The rest of the team kind of stinks. A lot of say he's the rookie of the year. See how that goes. Derek Carr, he's slinging around as well. They lost to Indianapolis last week, but they do have a better offense. Here's a divisional game. The Raiders at home. Getting, it's only 3-point spread, so give me the Raiders -3. And also the note, I think I've only lost one Thursday night game all year. Just going back. So if you want a stat trend on that, I think I always, put some money in. I've been doing more and more on Thursday because I've been doing better and better. A lot of people say, why don't you put it on your top, 4? Because it's Thursday, you just gotta, you know what? And the one time I did lose on Thursday, that one game, someone commented, not too great to start off with a loss. That's the only time I lost on Thursday. Unbelievable. Next year, I'm telling you, next year, I'm just gonna have, if you put your money where your mouth is, I'm gonna have a nice confidence, spread pick league. And you join that league, if you're better than me, you can talk all the smack you want. That's how that's going to work. I expect to do much better next year. So that's how that's going to work. All right, next we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Denver Broncos. The Buffalo Bills are a 6.5-point road favorite. They won against Pittsburgh. They actually looked exceptionally well. Josh Allen, oh my goodness. He looked really good. Denver, Drew Lock, he actually had an excellent game as well. Denver's hard to win at home. They did beat Carolina last week, and the home field advantage. But the home field advantage hasn't been so great for Denver this year. They're like 2-4 at home. So Buffalo's red hot. They're the number 3 seat right now. I'm sure they're looking for the number 1 seat. So I think Buffalo's going to win this game. It's under a touchdown. So yeah, give me Buffalo -6.5 points. Our next Saturday game, we got the Carolina Panthers traveling to the Green Bay Packers. Carolina Panthers are a 9-point road dog, and Carolina, it's hard to say. They last week they were going through that COVID. They had missed both top receivers. They lost to Denver. They also lost their kicker recently to a work visa of all things. So they're interviewing for kickers on the practice and bringing it up from the practice squad. Bridgewater he's starting. They got his, like I said, they get his receivers back. Green Bay, they're in the number 1 seat. They're going to try to keep that number 1 seat, so they'll most likely win. I'm just thinking, 9 points might be a little bit too much. Especially when a bad team's coming in, they might just not play as hard. I don't think they're going to run away from the game. They are due down, due up. So if it's Carolina loss, they're due up. Green Bay beat Detroit last week, so they're due down. So yeah, give me Carolina plus that 9 points. Next, we got the Houston Texans traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. Not much to say about this divisional game. Houston is on a back-to-back road games. They lost last week to Chicago pretty badly. I think, I don't know if they've given up for the season or not. They may have. It's hard to tell. They're out of it. They're not in the playoffs, whereas Indianapolis are. But, Houston might be trying to play spoiler. It's a 7-point spread. Indianapolis does need to win outright. Did not have any kind of help to stay in the playoff contention as well. They did beat Las Vegas last week. So, yeah, give me Indianapolis -7. Next, we got the divisional match of Chicago Bears traveling to the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings are a 3-point home favorite. This is a close game. Mitch Trubisky, we don't know how well he's going to play. He did play exceptionally well and destroyed Houston last week. They are due down, whereas Minnesota lost to Tampa Bay, a good team, and they are due up. Both need a win to stay in the hunt and kind of contention. Probably need some help. So yeah, it's simple as that. Chicago did win the last 2 years in Minnesota, so I'm going with Minnesota on this. It's just a due up, due down. I think Minnesota's a better team, but hard to say what Cousins going to do or Trubisky. It's pretty much a coin toss. Only 3 points, and give me the home team, so give me Minnesota -3. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Washington Redskins. Washington Redskins are a 6-point home dog. Washington Redskins, they're at the top of their division. At the beginning of the year, I thought they were the worst team in football. And here they are winning. I know it's 6-7 winning the division. Hard to believe that. But they are right now the 4th seed. And Seattle is the 5th seed, who has a 9-4 record. Kind of weird how that goes, but it is what it is. Seattle dominating win against the Jets last week, and Washington did beat San Francisco. So yeah, both teams have been playing good. Seattle has a good run defense, so I'm not expecting Washington to run too well. Alex Smith's leg is injured; he's probably not playing. They're probably playing Dwayne Haskins. They haven't mentioned yet. I don't know the status of Kyle Allen. I tried to look, but they're probably playing Dwayne Haskins. But either way, Kyle Allen or Dwayne Haskins, you're probably going to stand them run mostly. Seattle does have a horrible pass defense, so I'm not expecting Dwayne Haskins or Kyle Allen to have a great passing day. But Russell Wilson can. But Washington on the other side of the ball, it does have a good pass defense. They have a great defense. They've been doing exceptionally well. It's going to be tough for Russell Wilson out there, and especially in Washington. And if I said the Redskins again, I'm sorry. I just now caught myself. The Washington football team, and Washington. I'm taking the 6 points. I got the home team. You have faith in that defense. I go with the better defense on this game. So give me Washington +6. Next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens are 12.5-point favorites. Yeah, I see this going up, especially after that Monday night game. Baltimore just racked up the score. And Lamar Jackson. I lost my fantasy team. I might have lost it in the playoffs. I was playing Bridgewater's finest, and then he had Lamar Jackson, and then I was dominating him, and then all of a sudden, unbelievable. And so he beat me, and so I'm doing well, pretty good fantasy, and first time ever, but I think I might have lost if he was Lamar Jackson, but what can you say? He's a talented quarterback. Jacksonville, they're not playing Glennon or Luton. They are playing Gardner Minshew, so he's coming back. They did lose to Tennessee pretty bad last week. Baltimore, great, probably one of the better games of the year. Baltimore beat. Oh, I got hosed. I had the Cleveland +3. And that stupid safety at the end of the game. Oh man. The luck I've had this year. Anyway, moving forward. We got, like I said, Lamar Jackson. Can Jacksonville stop him? I think, Baltimore has probably the best rushing team, especially Lamar Jackson. I can't say his name enough. I don't think 12.5 points is enough. I think if it goes over 14, if it goes 14.5, I might be tempted to do Jacksonville, but yeah, give me Baltimore -12.5. Next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Atlanta Falcons, divisional game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers off a win in Minnesota. Tom Brady, they have a good run defense. Tom Brady starting to show some age there. It's hard to say, but Atlanta just, I think that is another team that might have given up for the year because they didn't play much of anything. They have a horrid defense. Tom Brady might, I hear the commentary say, Tom Brady, maybe people are calling it in too early for him, but he's playing, Atlanta defense. So it's under a touchdown, 6 points. I'm taking Tampa Bay -6. Next game, we got the New York Jets traveling to the Los Angeles Rams, my nephew's favorite team. The Rams seem to be sliding in. They're top of their division, just out of a tiebreaker with Seattle. They have a good pass and run defense at top of the line. Jared Goff, as long as he plays good, it's hard for me to put this game on the top, 4. Because Jared Goff he might have a bad game. They might just score. I've seen their offense just go to sleep. The defense always plays well, but their offense sometimes just goes to sleep. But here they're playing the Jets, and I said the 18 points. You have to give me 18 or more points to take the Jets. I said that several times throughout the year. A bad loss to Seattle. They only scored 3 points. Sam Darnold, they said, I don't know what my future is for the Jets next year, but this year I'm making the most out of it. Well, you're only making 3 points, so I don't see much of anything. And if they get the first round, he's definitely, going to another team. So 17 points, it's under the 18, I say. So give me the Rams, minus 17. Hold your nose and don't watch the game. Next, we got probably the game of the week. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to the New Orleans Saints. Kansas City Chiefs are a 4-point favorite. Chiefs back-to-back road games. They did win in Miami, and they were winning pretty dominantly. Miami did get to 17 points at the end of near the end of the fourth quarter to cover the spread. Thank goodness. The Chiefs have not covered the spread the last 5-6 games, something like that. Didn't write the stats down. I know that for a fact. Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback in the league. New Orleans Saints, they're probably not playing Drew Brees. He said he's not 100%. Once he gets 100%, we're going to play him. So they're keeping Tyson Hill in there. And they did lose to Philadelphia. They just, they're playing control. And you could beat Kansas City with control. So if you did decide to pick the Saints, I'd understand. They are at home, Kansas City back-to-back road games, but I just can't bet against Kansas City on this game. I don't know. I think if you get so far ahead with the Saints, you got to have Tyson Hill try to pass the ball and sling it all over the place. I don't think they can. I think, Kansas City defense is good enough to, stop him several times and make him, force turnovers. So, yeah, give me Kansas City minus 4. Next, we got the Sunday night football game. We got the Cleveland Browns traveling to the New York Giants. Now, the Cleveland Browns are a 4-point road favorite. Now, after that game on Monday, they looked excellent, and they're just going to come out and want to, stay in competition, and stay in the playoffs. They did lose to Baltimore, like I said, on Monday night. They need to win outright to stay in the playoffs without any help. So if they win the next few games, they can, stay in the playoffs and, not have to worry about other teams winning or losing. The Giants, I had the Giants last week. I thought Daniel Jones would come back. He's going to do well. And I think he's still hurt. I mean, he played hard. They had 12 possessions, and every single possession other than one, they had the one with the Golden Tate, the long pass. That was the only one that possession that they managed to get over 20 yards. All other possessions were 20 yards or less. And 5 of those 12 drives were 3 and outs. So like 40% were 3 and outs. All 90% of them were 20 yards or less for all their drives, and just one good drive. So yeah, Daniel Jones, I don't know if he's still injured or not. Didn't play well. It's only a 4-point spread. So give me Cleveland minus 4. Last but not least, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals, divisional game. Steelers back-to-back road games. They've been getting the shaft when it comes to the schedule. They're playing on Tuesday, they're playing on Monday, they're playing on Sunday night. They're all over the place, right? They did lose their last 2 games against Buffalo and then Washington, both playoff teams. Cincinnati, not a playoff team. So just throwing it out there. This is a divisional game. Cincinnati's on their backup quarterback, Ryan Finley. This team is horrid. I don't know if they've given it up for the season last week. They just gave the game to Dallas, another bad team, and looked horrid in that game. Pittsburgh, 13 points. I'm taking that 13 points all day. So give me Pittsburgh minus 13. Well, that about wraps things up. Thanks for stopping by for those who still watch my video. Next week, I got my Christmas special, and I want to wish everybody a happy holiday. Stay tuned. Watch the end of the video for my sponsors, and I will see you next week. Peace.
Want to look like a pro? CustomJerseysPro.com has what you need for any sport. Create your custom jersey by color or style from thousands of designs made for you or your team. Use PIX as a discount code at checkout and save an extra 8% on your next order. Remember, CustomJerseysPro.com, and be the next professional in your neighborhood.
You you enjoy placing a few bucks on your favorite team, maybe try your hand at cards or on the slots. Use me as a reference and head over to my Twitter and click on the link below and receive a new member bonus and help support this channel. Bovada. Just better.